Okay, hello everyone. We are live. Just to do a quick recap of where I left things off last episode. This is one of two modules that are on their way to Minmus Station to be precise, to satisfy a contract to expand that station. This one obviously has a lab and the cupola module on it, and also is expanding the kerbal capacity. The other one really is a lot of fuel plus a docking hub. The other one went successfully and is currently on its way to Minmus. I can't forget about it. It's in need of a correction burn. But this one had a couple of adventures. I won't get into the gory details of it, but one of those adventures was that there's not nearly enough fuel on here. We got 272 meters per second of delta V on this. I'm budgeting maybe in around 1,200 to get it to Minmus Station, so that's not nearly enough. I am not taking, well, maybe I should take responsibility for it, because clearly it doesn't even look like it's enough. But in the VAB, calculation for delta V was lying to me. So we're going to start off with, we want to assemble that station. That's the main goal. I also have a rescue contract, and we'll see if that I want to get to, and we'll see what other things might come up as well. But our first goal is to send up some more fuel here. So all I'm going to do is just basically dock a big fuel tank up here. That should hopefully give it enough. So let's get to the Space Center and then ultimately to the vehicle assembly building. And we will get started with this. So I'm going to start off with bringing that thing up. Where are we here? This is Minmus Station Science Lab. That's what it was. And we're going to chuck away the lifter and all the rest of this stuff. So that is that. And that is that. And we're just going to investigate how much fuel we need to add to this thing. Now, if I went to check this last time. See, now it's telling me the truth. I actually jumped into the game just to sort of try and speed this process up. But now, notice it's saying I really do have 272 meters per second of delta V. So right now, this is right. This is how much delta V it is. That confirms what we were seeing when we were in orbit just a moment ago. I swear, and there is video evidence of it, that this was saying I had plenty of delta V last time. But clearly, it was lying last time. Whatever bug was, I don't know what was going on, but it seems to have resolved itself. So what we're going to do is I want to get in at least about 1,200 meters per second of delta V. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab a fuel can. And actually, I've already been investigating this a little bit just to save us time. This was the one that gave it enough fuel. This, what is this one here? The Rockomax X200-8. And with its 360 units of fuel. Now notice when I put it up here, because it's now seen as being on a separate stage, it didn't change the delta V, but if I come down and just kind of stick it on there radially, now you can see that gives me 1,320 meters per second of delta V. Of course, I can't just put a fuel can on it in space, so what we're going to do is get into structural here. We're going to put a docking port on it. Just grab two of the same. There we go. And although I have got the regular Clampetron docking port, I'm still working with the juniors because that's what's on the station. Stick that on the bottom. And let's see, we'll finish off the top as well. Structure again. Structure. Where is that one? We'll do that. Okay. And so now it's saying 1,296 meters per second of delta V. That should do it. So what I want to do is just get this piece into orbit. That's all we need. So I'm going to select this docking port as the root part. That should allow me to throw all this away. We're going to change this name here to Minmus Station fuel something. I don't know. I already have a fuel hub on the that's going up there, but just to change your name this. There we go. So, got to get this up into space. So, hopefully this will go pretty quick now. What do we got? Oh, I want to build myself a little tug for this, because obviously this can't fly the way it is right now. So, we're going to attach on, I want to keep this simple, a hex probe. Let's actually turn off this fuel, so I don't want it to be included. And hopefully the fuel stats won't lie to me this time. Let's stick on, again, a Terrier. It might have been the staging that messed me up before, I don't know. All we need is in and around. I don't think this is being included. Shouldn't be, no. So, yeah, it would have way more delta V than that if it did. So, that's too much. I only need maybe about 150 or so just to get to, you know, do the whole rendezvous. And even that's probably being kind of generous. We'll put some RCS on that. That's fine. Okay, I don't want to get too involved with this. We'll stick on here. Let's go structural again. One of these. One of these. One of these. It won't need an antenna. It doesn't have far to go. We'll strut this up to stiffen it a bit. I'm just realizing too. Take this off. I need this to be on the docking end of it. Silly pants. I could put a docking port on each end, but why don't I? If we make this the root part, and then we take this whole thing, flip it over, get a decoupler. There we go. Turn the force down on that decoupler. There, that's got that covered. Also need, not telling me, there we go, 283 meters per second of delta V. Also need RCS because this thing is going to need to dock, but only once. So I think what I'm just going to do, going to depend very heavily on the reaction wheels to hold me steady. I'm just going to do that. That's it. Let's show the toggles. Take that off. Does not need, what do we got for monopropellant cans? What are my smallest ones? Sometimes I find it easier just to go into here. There we go. Everything that can, really, I don't have, oh, there they are, these little guys. That's all I need. Not even all, like, 2 of them. That's all. And some extra batteries. Again, 2 should be fine, and some static solar panels. I'm not putting a lot of effort into this. I just want to get it there. Okay, I don't think I'm missing anything here. Oh, you think it was a staging mistake? I'd have to go back. Remain says that it wasn't a bug at all. It was just a staging error I had. Absolutely 100% could be right. I honestly don't recall well enough to say one way or the other. But it absolutely, given me, I shouldn't be too ready to blame the game. That's for sure. Okay, I don't see what the problem with this is going to be. Leave it that way. Let me just go through my checklist here. I don't need comms, electrical generation, thermal lights. It's fine. It'll be fine. That's it. That's it. So what's our mass here at? Our mass is 8.5 tons. How am I doing for my lifters? Let's arrange them for cost. Well, I got one that's 9.5, oh, 8.7 tons, but the 9.5 ton one is cheaper. So why don't I use the cheaper one? Oh, this seems overkill, to say the least, but... be honest, this is the same freaking lifter that did... I don't care. I don't want to spend that much time with it. Let's delete the fairing. Build the fairing. Let's close that off there. Okay, and then I'm going to do the old... I really like this whole looking, using a small fairing, turning on the interstage nodes, but off the truss structure, flipping it upside down. I really like this way of creating a detachable nose cone. I think it works. You know what I might even do, just to do something a little different? That. This I need to enable the staging. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to figure out the staging on all this. It's a mess right now. But one thing at a time. That's a big nose cone. Getting better nose cones. There we go, and then we'll put a Sepratron in there. Slide that back. And take away most of that fuel. And then what I think I might do is actually take this fairing right out of the staging. And then this whole, and actually here, take away the expansion thingy. There we go. So this whole thing is going to be like a single nose cone that when the time comes, it should just fire off. Now let's get the staging for all that right. That might have been a mistake getting the expansion off. There we go. That is that. Okay, so you, and where is that Sepratron? That is that. The staging is a bloody mess. Okay. Let's just fix all the staging. So all the engines come on. Then these fire along with the Sepratrons up there at the top. That makes perfect sense. That fairing's gonna stage. But, oh my gosh. Where's that decoupler has to go with that engine there. That is for the nose cone, so that goes with the lower fairing. And what are you? Oh, that's decoupler just to get rid of the whole shebang. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Is the fairing below the top fuel tank? This fairing here? It's not. It's an aerodynamic thing. It's basically a way of extending that nose cone, and that's the way I look at it. Okay, let's. I got the question: is that fairing above the fuel can cosmetic? I would say no. It's aerodynamic. It's needed as much as that nose cone is needed. I could have extended this fairing all the way around. That would have been fine too, but I don't know. Maybe that's smarter, but I didn't do that. All right, let's take a look at Delta V's here. I should theoretically have plenty. 4,141. Yeah, I have way more than I... You know what someone's been suggesting? I got another idea. Full of ideas today. If I take... This is something that came up in the comments. If I take... And what I should do is actually... Ah, shoot. That's way too many. Maybe 3. Do... Sepratrons here. Maybe about there. And fire those. They're, you know, it's obvious they're facing backwards, but fire those at the same moment you detach that top stage. So that's right. That should deorbit. I don't know if I put enough on there, but the idea is for it to deorbit this stage. so you don't have to either deorbit it yourself or go back into the tracking station and delete it. I should be able to. People can bear with me for a moment. Let's just take these off temporarily. Oh no, let's undo what I'm doing. You know what? I'll think about it later. I was just thinking, like, I don't know how many I need, and it'd be easy to figure out, but I don't want to do it right now. If this works, I'll puzzle it out on my own time rather than watching you watch me do things. Okay. What are... No, these should be up. Okay, things are in funny places. What are these? That's that. That makes sense. These should be up here. That was when I hit undo. Okay. We have way more delta V than we need, but that's okay. I'm not upset about that. I just want to get her going. So we are going to... Let's put this on sea level. I like launch thrust to be in a... Here, let's actually do the middle stage first. That is 1.49. That's at full thrust. Okay, that's going to be what it is. And I like my launch thrust at sea level to be about 1.33. There we go. All right. Mountains and mountains of delta V. This should be fine. This booster could be slimmed down a bit by rotating the booster 90 degrees and deleting the separatrons. I'm sorry, John, I'm not quite sure what we're at. I know this can be slimmed down a lot, but I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. All right, let's get this fuel up there. So, I suppose I'm just going to launch. Yes, I'm just gonna launch. So, let's launch. Oh, angle them slightly so they spin away. Yeah, then you don't need the separatrons. That's true. But it's whatever. Separatrons look good. Okay, so what we got here, let's get rid of everything. Come on. There we go. Except for, sorry, my mistake. What is my target? This, the Minmus Science Lab here. I want to set you as a target. Now let's get rid of that, so we only have that. Oh, like I should actually do this right. I should be launching at, yeah, we're clearly past. I should be launching when the KSC is under this orbit, and it's clear that it just passed, which is not surprising, given. You know, we just put this guy into orbit. So I think I'm going to have to launch it on the other side. But what I should be thinking about before I do that... Is it this? Yes. There's my... I should just check on it. Because I was about to time warp about 3 hours. And the last thing I want to do is for this guy to go by where it's maneuvered. So this is the other thing that's on its way, the other module on its way to Minmus Station. It has got a node coming up in 4 hours and 53 minutes. You know what? I think I'm going to take care of this first. I hope people don't mind. This is just a correction burn, just to show you. Focus the view to there. This is just a correction burn to bring this trajectory down to this trajectory because we need to match this orbit eventually. So that's all that's about. So let's time warp to our burn. And then we'll do the launch after this. And then that way I'm not thinking about too many things at the same time. Should be saying goodbye. Bye, Kerbin. All right, let's put this on to our maneuver node. I know my burn is 0.3 seconds, so we're going to dramatically put down this thrust. This isn't much of a burn. And this is not a time-sensitive burn, so I can just basically do it anywhere around here. I just want to get this onto them, pointing in the right direction. That should do her. Okay. And we're just going to watch this. And this is in a 50-kilometer orbit, so basically I'm just going to watch that periapsis till it gets to 50 kilometers is really all I'm going to do. Here it goes. Burn nice and slow. Gives you time to think about what you're doing. Okay, slow down a bit. Seven, 8. We can use RCS too. Whoa, RCS gives it quite a kick. Yeah, I'm just looking at this. This station. There, set it as a target. 51 by... Okay, its periapsis is 40... Okay, you know what? That's good enough. We can tweak all the rest of that. No, it is a 50 by 50. You know what? It's fine. We'll figure this out when we get... We'll wait till we're in Minmus's SOI and we'll tweak all that. So I just want to... Whoops. I just want to orient this so the solar panels are well exposed. And... All right, and so we are going to be entering into Minmus's SOI in just under 6 days. So that's perfectly good. Excellent. We'll have to remember to come back out here. Oh, wait, we got to get into the Space Center. That's what we got to do next. Space Center. All right, let's fly that. Don't recover it. All right. Okay, let's take a look at this again. I want to get rid of most everything here. Okay. So just going to time warp. Wow. Just pretty close to being right in the right spot. Just time warping until I'm underneath the orbit. I can see I got to go to the south. This is in a 6-degree orbit to match Minmus's orbit. That should be pretty good. And I'm not paying any attention to where it is. We'll deal with that later. So SAS on. It was to the south, right? To the south, right? So I got to add 6 degrees to my heading. So I'm going to head off in about a 96-degree heading. 97 degrees. Okay. Go. Hopefully all this will go right. Let's pitch over. Again, about 97 degrees. Okay, lock that onto prograde. It's 100, so a little bit too much. Again, I'm just looking at the heading numbers down here. Falling over a little bit too quickly. Pull back a little bit. A little more manual flying rather than knocking it to the prograde vector. Whoa, don't want it to flip out though. If my angle of attack is too much, it won't like it. Put it on prograde. What's that? 97 degrees? That's pretty darn good. A little bit this way. Lock that on the prograde again. That should be good. Let's see. How are we doing here? Good, good, good. Alright. I think it's probably a little steep on the trajectory. I'm just going to lock it to its current heading. Take it off a lock to prograde just so it doesn't fall over quite so quickly. But I do have to be a little careful because if you let that angle of attack get too high, it might just flip out on me. I'm going to reduce the thrust a little bit. Oh, we're about to lose those radial boosters. There we go. And usually, I don't know, of late I've been going full thrust the whole way up, but it is better to watch your time to apoapsis and not let that get too far ahead. In fact, it's almost 2 minutes ahead of me. That's already too far. We'll just reduce the throttle here. That's good. And we'll let this go until apoapsis gets to about 120. I want to be in a very different orbit than my target's orbit. How's my inclination doing? 5.8 degrees. That's fine. And this is the stage all this. I'm just checking the staging quickly. Since we're still under thrust, let's stage all that. Nice. Hopefully I won't run into my own nose cone. That's entirely a possibility here. That would be entertaining at least. We should miss it. Okay, we'll just keep it at this low thrust. Almost at 80 kilometers. Apoapsis is a couple of minutes ahead of me. The reason why keeping the thrust nice and low is that, you know, it's starting to bring up that periapsis, and it'll really save you on the circularization bit of it. So that's why on the upper stage, you really don't need a lot of thrust. Well, missing the nose cone. As long as your time to apoapsis is not super close, you're fine. Oh, we're in space now. You have run into your nose cones. I have done all kinds of running into my own things. My favorite, personally, and I have done this, is to do something like you're at a station, and then you're going to go burn to go somewhere, and you deorbit from the station, set it all up, and you're watching it from map view, and you drive straight into your own station. I have absolutely done that before. Yeah, keep it locked to prograde. I'm getting too fiddly. I was going to try and fix my inclination, but, well, I could still do it. Let's move it a little more this way. Yeah, that's good. 5.9 on the inclination. I do have to watch my periapsis. It's almost at 100 kilometers. Yeah, I'll lock it back on prograde again. I'm getting too fiddly. We're just slowly getting there. I don't know. It's not too exciting, I think, doing these slow burns, but it is an efficient way to do it. Okay, 120 kilometers on the apoapsis. Let's time warp to that spot. It's over 5 minutes away. Lock it back down onto prograde again. My inclination look like? That's all right. I'm gonna keep it locked on prograde. But you can see here my periapsis is at 22 kilometers. I mean, it is, you know, it's already out of the surface of Kerman. This is going to be hardly anything to complete this circularization. There's still 887 meters per second just in this stage because I made no effort to slim down that booster. Because I just want to get this done. So this is going to be very, very small burn. All right, 120 by 123. Okay, let's see what happens. There's still a lot of fuel in here, so these might not be enough to deorbit it, but just for shites and giggles. There it goes. Bye-bye. Okay, the separatrons are turned off. Can I see it? Turn on the debris. Is it going to deorbit? I think it might. No, I don't know now. Let's set that as a target. What's its periapsis? 62, barely deorbiting. Okay, that wasn't smart, but oh well. Didn't work the way I wanted it to. Okay, we're going to turn that on. Turn the debris off. If it had less fuel in it, it would have deorbited without a problem. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong station. This is the station. There it is. Okay, and then turn that off. Okay, that is our target. So, what we're going to do, I just realized what I did was kind of silly. I should have, let's flip around the other way. I should have just brought my periapsis up to the height of this orbit, not completely circularized, because right now I'm going to bring that back down again. And I just want this periapsis just to touch the orbit there. That's pretty good. My relative inclination's almost a degree, so that's more off than what I would normally like. I should have done this when I was at one of the nodes. Oh well, we'll make this work. So we're gonna put maneuver right here at periapsis, and then what we're gonna do is start popping ahead orbits, and we're watching. Oh boy, this is gonna be a lot of orbits. Okay. Till our close encounters are close together, and then we're gonna just tweak those in. Now, because our inclination's a little different, I won't be able to get this super good, but should be able to get it all right. Good enough for now. I wonder if I put some normal into this. You can look at the see where the descending node is. If you can bring that towards where your encounter is, that means the orbits are going to cross there. Now you got to be a little careful, because you can spend more time fiddling with the normal parts than it's worth. Yeah, whatever. I don't want to fiddle with this too long. So I got my closest approach to be 2.9 kilometers. That burn is in a day and 2 hours. So where's our ship? There it is. Let's just turn this way. Whoops, I'm still locked to prograde. Yeah, this is not a standard rendezvous by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I'm already making it more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, let's whoa! I just hit. I didn't expect it to time warp that quick, but I guess that's good. Okay, why is my maneuver node here? See, this is what's stupid. I put in too much normal, didn't I? What did I do? Where is it here? Yeah, let's zero out this normal. Zero. I was spending way too much money on the normal part of it. There we go. It's cheaper to correct for the inclination later. All right. So according to this, our closest approach is going to be 4.7 kilometers. Now it's the teeny tiniest of little burns, which is what I want. do this. And I'm watching this one. And I should be able to get it down to about 4.7, maybe even a little better. Oh, I think I can get it better than that. That's about it. Okay, I was really watching this more than a node. So I got my closest approach at 4.3 kilometers in 30 minutes. Whoops, again, the solar panels this way. Bop. Okay, so we're gonna go around one more time. So what I've done really is just change the period of my orbit in such a way so that when I come around like this, we'll be meeting up with the station after one more orbit. What I also should be doing is making this a little closer by fixing the inclination. A lot of people want to exactly match the inclination. You know, our relative inclination is 0.8 degrees, and a lot of people want to match that exactly before they go to do the rendezvous, but you don't have to. If I just take this and you put it about a quarter of an orbit ahead of where your rendezvous is, and then you're going to, I don't know if I have to go up or down, north or south. Oh, I have to go, and you can just fix it from here. Actually, what you want to do is actually have the node right at your encounter. Oh, I was looking at the wrong node. It was on the other side of the planet. Where's the descending node? There it is. That's what I want to do. So I'm bringing the descending node close to where my encounter is, and then I can use a little retrograde to, whoops, I think I just did too much. I'm not sure I'm helping. I don't think I am. No, it made a difference. Oh, I should put that back. Put that back. I actually cut the encounter distance in half with that. I don't know why I took it away. It was silly. Let's do that again. So again, bringing that descending node close to where the encounter indicators are, and then using a little retrograde or prograde to dial that down as much as you can. And again, you can spend easily. So now, yeah, the encounter distance is 2.6. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Okay, so that burns in 19 minutes. Let's get to that. No problem being late there, Davester. All right, I'm already right on where the node is. This is a more substantial burn by far. And while I'm adjusting the thrust, I'm really looking at my burn time. 6 seconds is nice for a burn time. Oh wait, and of course I don't have to do it from here. I can just watch this. So close. Start to burn, go about half throttle. And again, I'm really looking at my closest approach more than anything. I want to get, oh, that's about as low as it's going to get, about 2.5 kilometers, so we'll get rid of that. And we are 9 minutes away, so from here on, we'll just do this from here. No more nodes, no more nothing. I got lots of delta V. There's the station, coming at it from a bit of a weird angle. Again, because of our inclination difference. So I'm just going to push that retrograde icon towards the target icon here. And I'm also watching my intersect distance, my close approach distance here. It's 1.5, still going down. As long as that's going down, I'll keep burning. But I don't want to burn too quickly because it can suddenly start going up again. And I got to be ready to kind of cut the throttle. Oh, there it is. Just under 500 meters. I think I probably can burn a bit this way, actually. Yep. $300 meters. Under 100. Oh, that's it, about 80 meters. That's good. Let's ride this in. High Forged Socks. I do like the name. How are you today? Now I do have to go back to last week's video to determine whether this was the game's fault and a glitch in the VAB, or whether it was my fault for having a staging issue in the VAB and not having enough fuel on this thing. I don't know. Whoa, we're coming in fast. Shoot! Oh my gosh! Okay, it's a good thing I got a lot of fuel. That was a bit of a panic. Let's try that again. Okay, flip this around one more time. There we go. Oh my gosh, that was kind of funny. Okay. Didn't quite hit it, but wasn't that far off, that's for sure. Okay, we're pretty slow now. Okay, let's... Can I hit the docking port from here? Yes, set that as a target. Control from here. Spin this around. There's my little target icon, my only mod I have installed. This docking. Nav ball docking alignment indicator that lines up. Now my docking ports are in the same plane. I can see now my prograde icon. It needs to be on the other side of the target icon, so we can go like that. I'm coming in very quickly. Let's slow down, slow down, slow down. Here we go. Need to go backwards. Okay. Now I can come forwards a little bit. There we go. Just see the prograde icon there. Let's aim my camera up here. Gives me a better view. Okie dokie. Yeah, I know. I've heard that from multiple people, Abel, that my staging was wrong. And now I gotta go back and look at the video. I am in no way doubting people, because having wrong staging and making silly mistakes is pretty much par for the course for me. But let's get this guy docked. RCS is a little wobbly, but I'm cool with that. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now, I got multiple engines on before. This thing should still be full. It is. Before I do something very foolish, I'm going to undock. Undock the right one. I got pushers on both sides. Yeah, let's undock. Actually, there's no fuel in this. Yeah, this is all full. Now let's get rid of this. I was about to... Well, you know what? Let's just disable this engine, take it along. I mean, it's some fuel, right? Why not? This is saying... Okay, let's turn on these. Can I enable this? Disable crossfeed. Okay, the crossfeed is there. So what... If I increase the fuel priority, it should drain from that tank before it drains from this little tank. Isn't that the way it works in theory? I don't know. We'll see what happens. This is still saying 25 meters per second, but I think I'm okay. Now, what's my thrust like? Thrust to weight ratio is 0.5. I'm just debating whether it's worth my time to... I don't think it's worth my time to drag this stupid thing with me. I'm getting rid of it. So decouple that. Going on up. Turn that engine on again. Nudge it away. I turned it. Whoa! Those reaction wheels are crazy. Okay, and then we'll just get rid of this. Okay, now we'll come back to here. All right. Let's get this thing to Minmus. Now, what is that? That's a decouple. Oh my gosh, let's just fix all this. Okay, let's want it that. Let's do. Where is the disable? Disable the staging. There we go. So that's off. Oh, there's a decoupler there. What if I enable that cross? Enable crossfeed. Hey, there we go. So now I got lots and lots of delta V. Now it's okay. I had to enable the crossfeed on the decoupler there for this fuel to be able to service this engine. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's go to Minmus. Minmus, Minmus, Minmus. Minmus already got it selected. Add a maneuver. Need a little more. Okay. Focus view on Minmus. Let's adjust the timing of this a little bit. I think I need a little more. There we go. Going a little past here. Okay. I'll fiddle with it too much. Let's see. Let's fine tune this in here. Whoops, that was too much. That was too much the other way. Where is that station? There's our target here. It's coming around this way, so we're coming around the right side of it. The right side of Minmus, that is. Adjust the timing just a bit. Probably, yeah. You know what? I'm just going to live with this. Again, we'll do a correction partway there. All right, so, yeah, let's do this burn. Burn's coming up in 18 minutes. Put this to full thrust. 3 minutes and 21 second burn. Okay, we're gonna find out how well this all works. So, let's do this. You know, I should quick save every once in a while, given how many silly mistakes I make. Quick saving is my friend. Okay, push that onto towards the prograde. Actually going to put it on the maneuver node, of course. All right, that's about it. Okay, time warp a little bit. Ready to do this. Oh, people are talking about the staging mishap. Remember that this is actually the second one of these lab modules I've put into orbit. The first one did have a staging mishap, which everything came apart when I went to stage the main booster. That's not this one, for people that are saying I was a staging mishap. This one launched all fine, it just didn't have enough delta V. Now, is it draining from this tank? It is! Awesome, so that's perfect. So this tank should still be staying full. It is too. Awesome. So there is actually two versions of these floating around. One of them is still in, if I come back to here, it's one of these ones. That one. This one here. Minmus Station Science Lab defunct. That's the one that's still in orbit. That's the one that did have a staging mishap. It has no engines, no fuel, no nothing. And I want to try and get it to Kerbin Station here at some point in the future. I want to build a little thing with maybe the claw on it or something like that. This one did not have a staging mishap, but rather had a lack of fuel. Now, maybe it was wrong in the VAB because I had the staging wrong. I don't know. So for people that are saying it was a staging mishap, don't forget that there are two of these. Neither of which went up without incident. Oh, sun's about to come up. Not sure what it's calculating with these two Delta V's here. This one's staying at 1,503 and not going down. Not sure how it counts that, even though there's no engines on that stage. So I'm not sure what it's actually calculating there. I'm a little confused on that front. This is getting there now. It's going in the right direction. And this Delta V is completely useless. I don't know what it's... I don't think these Delta V numbers can be trusted at all. Because I'm not sure how it's working out. I think this is confusing. I'm hoping it has enough. It best have enough, or else I'm in a lot of trouble. Okay, let's get out to Minmus Way. Whoa. Or, yeah. Focus view. Come on. Start reducing throttle a little bit. Is it can come up pretty quick. Whoa! Oh no. Yeah, the rest of this will do with a correction. That is fine, 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 and fine. All right, on to a normal vector again, just for the solar panels. Leave that. All right. On its way. On its way. Out of maneuver. This isn't going to be much. A little bit of radial. Is it radially this way? Yeah. Oh, it needs more radial than it needs normal. Whoa, that's too much. That's the wrong way. And again, the idea is just that your trajectory just comes in and just touches. Here's our closest approach to Minmus. A little bit more southwards. That's pretty good. All right. So that burn's coming up in a day and 2 hours. Again, we can't forget that on its way, let's turn it on. On its way to Minmus. So this burn's coming up in a day and 2 hours. Let's switch to this guy. We got two things going on at the same time. This one is entering Minmus's SOI in 4 days. So we are safe to stay with... You know what? I should really change this to a Station 2. Where is... There. Rename vessel station. Accept. Okay. So we are safe to go back to the other one. It's only put on stations. A lot of pieces that are stations now. That one. Switch to. Alright, let's get to that burn. Again, I'm going to quick save. I'm getting paranoid with the time warping. We'll watch from here. Bye, Kerbin. Vroom. And this is more radial than it is normal. Turn down the thrust because the burn is so short. And this is again not time critical, so you do not have to wait until you're actually right at the node. I do want to watch this from Minmus here. Okay, let's get that right on the node. Okay, nice slow burn. Here we go. Nice and slow. No rush. It's good enough. We'll deal with the rest of it when we get to Minmus's SOI. Should put this thrust back up. Again, that's just for solar panels. Okay, we are crossing Minmus's SOI. Minmus encounter in 7 days. This one's going to be coming first, of course. Alright. This one's coming in 2 days. Okay. So let's just time warp to here. And say hello to Minmus. Where's Minmus? Where are you, Minmus? Are you in the sun? That's Kerbin. There you are. Oh, we must now be in Minmus's SOI. We are. Okay, so let's now really fine-tune this encounter. Again, our goal here is to match up with... Actually, why don't we set that as a target right now. I'm going to put this burn... I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to put the burn right here at the... where the orbits cross. So let's add a maneuver there. And... yeah, let's get us some retrograde. I love watching... look at the close encounter indicator go round and round and round she goes. I think that's going to be pretty close to there. I got a 30-degree inclination change, but let me see. Now, you know what? Let's go. The further this is away from Minmus, the cheaper... sorry, I just got to hit the node, maneuver node there. There it is. The further this is away from Minmus, the cheaper this inclination change is going to be. So I'm just going to actually go prograde a little bit. Okay, let's slow this down. Here it comes. Zoom in on this. So I want to set up this encounter. Oh, wow. It's 0.3 meters per second. Okay, I'm not going to... 0.3 kilometers is our closest approach there. So we're going to come in, do the burn, do this big circle here, but up here, this big orbit here, that'll get us meeting the station. But up here, we're also going to fix our inclination because our relative inclination with Kerbin Station is 22.8 degrees. Excuse me. Because it's cheaper to fix it here than it is to fix it down there. But otherwise, this is good. So this is coming up in a day, that burn. Burn time is 6 minutes. This must be, yep. Burn time is 15 seconds. That's better. Okay, this is coming up in... sorry, start burn in 2 hours and 19 minutes. There's no way... That guy's 2 hours and 19 minutes away, is it? I should check. I'm paranoid. I'm sorry. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. I don't want to be paranoid, but I am. How far are we? Still 4 days. I was paranoid for no reason. Okay. Why can't I see that other... Oh my gosh. What if I switch to station? I can't see the... Okay, that's the station we're coming to. There it is. I couldn't see that before. Now we'll switch it then. A little bit of ship hopscotch here. Okay. I'm going to quick save again before I time warp. And we're going to time warp. Hello, Minmus. All right, retrograde. And actually, interesting how the node is over. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, this is going to be about a 15-second burn. And again, why do I not have... Oh, here. There. There, that's what I want. I want to look at the closest approach distances. Okay. And... one, go. Getting a bit of that camera turn as we come over the pole. Okay, and I'm looking at this intersect distance. That should get down to like, it was pretty, whoa. Why is that going so far? Oh, I overdid that. I got distracted. Where are we going? Okay, take away this. RCS on. Okay. I overdid it. I'm just going to use RCS to fix it. Was it me or something really wrong? I don't know if I got messed up there with the... Put it on prograde, use the engine. Or maybe not. Whoa, I just shut down the engine. No idea why. No idea why I thought shutting down the engine would be alright. Okay. Sure how I think that got kind of messed up there a little bit. I'm not quite sure what happened. That's bringing it down. Let's just do this approximately. I overcooked the burn. Wow, it doesn't take much to... Okay, there we go. 320 meters. I thought I messed it up bad, but I did not. Okay, so we're going to put another node up here now at the descending node. And the purpose of this burn is to match inclination. So I'm going to go to this tab here where it's giving us... Oh, no, I can't get my relative... Okay, so we're going to look at... Let's actually look at this. I want to bring that 22.7 down to 0. And I'm trying to highlight the maneuver, and there we go. Okay. Oh, now this is off. There. Now I got what I want. Okay, 22.7, get it down to 0. So that is making it worse this way. Dun, 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 dun. Now you can see how the descending node is moving away from me. That tells me I'm not quite on it. So what I'm going to do is just use the time controls and move backwards until the descending node is on it. Keep going. Oh, that's the wrong way. And again, use the time controls. Oh, we don't have much time. Okay. It's very... Okay, it's... My relative inclination is 0.1 degrees. I'm sure that's fine. So, now unfortunately this is messed up, so I've got to use a bit of retrograde. Of course, that's going to mess up the inclination too. Okay, I got too many... Okay. 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 I gotta fix this too. I did too much normal. That was my mistake. Should have been watching both at the same time. Okay. Let's do this again. That's the wrong way. Bring that down. And then retrograde to bring that back. And then bring that down. But now I'm not getting that encounter. I'm surprised this made that much big of a... Why are we... You know what? I'm not 100% convinced that this encounter projection is right. We'll see. We'll fix it when we get up there. Okay, so that burn is in 5 hours and 2 minutes. We should be able to do that right away. Okay, so let's get up there. Oh, okay. We went around a couple times. That's how that got messed. How did that happen? Okay, somehow that node was 2 orbits ahead. I'm not quite sure how that happened. Okay, we're going to do it anyway. We went around, didn't we? I think we did. Oh, I still had locked the program. Come on. I am not sure how that happened at all. But I'm not going to worry about it. Don't worry, we got our capture. We can finagle the encounter. Okay, let's just... I gotta wait for the burn here. So this is just to fix our inclination. I think I went around and that's what messed up the encounter. We must have come really close to the station in that time warping. And I'm just really watching... Oh, the relative ascending node's not changing, so I've got to watch my node. Or my maneuver node. Okay, let's get rid of that. Relative inclinations 3.2. Let's get that right down to 0. Or as close. That's about as close. As soon as... Oh, it's at 0. Okay, so now at least we're in the same plane. But our encounter got very messed up because I think I blew right by my encounter. Not quite sure how that happened. Okay. So, what I need to do is we're going to have to do some orbits. Oops, it's the wrong button. Head in orbit. Yep. Head in orbit. Actually, no. Come back. Maybe I pushed that go forward in orbit button by mistake. Let's give us some retrograde. Oh, that's doing it. Okay, we can fix this. Not a problem. Minmus is so forgiving. Okay, 0.1. I think that's as close as I'm going to get right here. 0.1. Okay, kilometer separation. That burn is coming up in 2 hours and 52 minutes. Now, if people do not mind, I'm going to check on my other one. 2 hours and 52 minutes. I don't want this one to go blowing by. Switch to you. How are we doing? Still 3 days. I'm really overly paranoid here, aren't I? Back to my station, this one. Switch to. Alright, we're going to get this all docked. We'll do it. We'll do it. Okay, solar panels seem alright. All right. Also, the burn is very small. I'm going to do this burn with RCS, for goodness sakes. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So, yeah, let's time warp. Where's Minmus? There it is. What's my view on? I like my view on free when I'm in orbit here, because then you can watch the planet. Yeah, I think a beginner's guide to how to make a space station and stuff. I do have docking and rendezvous. That's really what making a space station is all about, is just knowing how to dock and knowing how to rendezvous. I do plan on getting back to those beginners tutorial videos again. Right now it's just about getting the time to do it. Whoa. That's really what it is. Obviously, we're coming around a pole here. Actually, let's just lock this on retrograde. That should be fine. And again, what I want to do is just look at this close encounter indicator. I should get that as small as I can. And this is a very tiny burn. Let's do it like to there. And then I'm looking at the second intersect. It's under 4 kilometers, under a kilometer. See if we can tweak it with some RCS. RCS is way too violent. Let's just turn that off. I got a close encounter of 470 meters. So that should be good. We're getting there. And we're going to be there in 3 hours and 42 minutes. So yeah, we got to do one more orbit. And the other one was days away. I got to stop being paranoid. So we can just do this. Let's just do it. We'll get this docking out of the way. You know what's... Oh no, this Minmus has a full set of relays around it, does it not? He says with... I'm completely... Yes, it does. If I turn on the communication lines. We got a full set of relays around Minmus here, which is great, so I don't have to worry about a communication blackout. That is something I actually really do want to do a tutorial on, is... Let's time warp quicker. Do a tutorial on setting up relays. Like a whole network of relays. I think that's a really useful skill. Kerbalism for sure complicates space stations. As soon as you have to balance resources and space requirements and making sure they're safe from radiation. All comes. There's the station. Okay. Put that on target. Give me some thrust here. Be good to be able to slow down. Again, as long as you can push your time to your encounter forward and make it bigger, then, you know, you're going to be okay, unless you don't pay attention like I did before and almost crashed into my station. Or almost crashed when I was docking. Okay, we're going to get this done quick, and then we got just one vessel to pay attention to. That's always... Oh, we got in the camera thing again because of going over the pole. The joy of a polar orbit. One thing this has in the docking hub, as you can see here, these are now full-size clampetrons. So I can start docking things with bigger docking ports. That's why I put on a docking hub. Yeah, setting up a relay network in just one ship. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Actually, what I'm thinking about, and I'm a little bit hesitant talking about it because I don't know when this is going to happen, but doing one where you set up a relay network with just one ship, which is honestly the easiest way to do it, and another one where you are just bringing up multiple relays and tweaking them all into position, which is a harder way to do it, but it's kind of fun. I enjoy that whole playing around with orbital mechanics. And in a career mode, you might actually do that. Here, I'm going to switch over and get that docking port there. Pin that up there. Come back. Set that as a target. Control from here. In a career mode, as I was saying just there, you might actually even do what I was suggesting, having multiple satellites coming up, because if you get good at the whole orbital mechanically thing, there, let me just slow down before I end up hurting myself. If you get good at playing around with orbital mechanics, you can send up a bunch of satellites to, say, for instance, satisfy some of those insert satellite in a specific orbit contract, and then finagle them into the positions for relays. And that's, I don't know, I find it's harder to do, but it's kind of fun. And I did do that earlier in this series. I definitely have to back up here. Aim the camera. There we go. Don't need that anymore. What I like about this docking alignment indicators, you can see the little ticks there. That helps you get the alignments nice. I want these solar panels to be in the same line as these solar panels, if you can see that. I'm going by. That way, that way, that way. Okay, I can start. Okay. Where's that program? There, there, there. Over this. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was less than stellar. Okay, I'm looking at the target icon on the nav ball, and you can sort of just kind of maneuver it. There we go. Now we're getting it. Now we're getting it. We're on there now. Okay. Came in a little hot. This should get it now. And boom. All right. That has got me happy there. That's looking pretty good. Now, there's just a little bit of fuel left in this guy. While I'm thinking about it, those are close to being full. There's so much fuel on this thing. I think I'm supposed to have 6,000 units of fuel. I have... Oh! I don't have 6,000 units of fuel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I might be in a bit of trouble. Maybe I'm counting on the other... I might have to wait until... Shoot. Okay. One thing at a time here. Let's out these. I think I'm supposed to have 6,000 units of liquid fuel, and I can see here I have 5,526 units of liquid fuel. So, I did not plan this out, or alternatively, I might have been thinking, because there's no Kerbals up here is clear, and I do have my Karian 1 spacecraft, it probably has enough fuel to bring this over the top and clear out the 6,000. I'm going to leave everything attached for now. So this is turned off. No, it's not. Shut down that engine. There we go. I'm just going to leave everything attached, and we'll bring over the other module. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to put it, but we'll bring it here. Okay. All right, let's get to the other ship. Did I miscount last week? What else is new? Counting is my greatest challenge in life. Is counting. I have so much trouble with basic arithmetic. We'll see. We'll see what we get. I think there'll be a ship to bring up more stuff. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna warp to here, right? Yes. So let's do this. Warp to there. Staring at my... I'm sorry, I didn't follow that. Why are my communication... Okay, I got too many communication lines. They're bugging me. There. Why does staring at my docking reduce your hull integrity there, Dan? Okay. Let's... Or is it you're playing the game right now and it's... Oh my gosh, this is really close. You're playing the game right now, Dan, and that... I think that's what you're probably saying. And I'm distracting you. Okay, I'm just gonna use a little RCS here. Just do that. One more. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. Set as a target. Okay, same plan. Same plan as before. We're gonna put that right around on periapsis. Gonna reduce this till we get our capture. Oh, I can see. Just gotta bring it forward like a second. There we go. Let's just do this. How much delta? I don't know how much delta V this thing has. I have no idea. I was about to say, how much delta V do I have left? But I have no idea. These numbers are completely berserk. Let's do this in as efficient way as we can. There's no rush. Bring this around. Try not make the same mistake I made last time. I'm still not 100% sure exactly what I did. Alright, there we go. We got 1.7 kilometers for our closest approach. After we do that orbit, that should be fine. Same plan as before. Going to get this orbit. We're going to fix our inclination up here, and then we should be able to come down and do a rendezvous. That is the theory. Let's see how the theory works. So... Again, I'm going to quick save. I'm going to put the view on free and head on over to Minmus. We're coming for you, Minmus. Here's module number 2. Okay. And retrograde. Oh, RCS off. Is this full? No. Put that on full. Okay. One thing, we're going to need to ditch this before we dock, because I'm docking by this docking port right here. So that should be interesting. Oh, I hate the camera when it does that. It just messes me up. I'm going to blame it on the camera. 2, 1, and go. But then again, if I hate it so much, I shouldn't put myself into polar orbits all the time, should I? And of course, the reason why I have this station in a polar orbit is because it does have a lander attached to it. Shouldn't have to stage. I think I'm now on the smaller one. What was I gonna say? Let me get this done. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I saw I went past. RCS. Just looking at our closest approach here. Oh. There we go. 1.3 kilometers closest approach. Happy with that. Let's ignore the node, or the maneuver node. That's not telling me much of anything. Is this tank empty now? It is. So what we should be doing is discarding it. So let's discard it. Let's do it right now. Undock. Now this is saying 242 meters per second of delta V left, and that actually feels right. So you did good. Little can. You did a good job. We should be able to dock with that. No problem. Okay, maneuver up here. Again, the goal of this maneuver is to reduce that relative inclination of 10 degrees. And this time I'm going to pay attention to the bottom end too. And back. And if I click on the ascending node here, I can see it here too. 2.1, there we go. 1.5, 0.8, and then back a bit. Oh boy, we need very little adjustments here. Forward a bit. Went the wrong way. You know what? I got the 0 for that. This encounter's close enough. We can fine tweak that, I think, once we get the inclination right. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Let's again think about solar panels. Got to pull away from the planet that way. That's it. Okay, let's get to that burn. That burn is an hour and 55 minutes. We should only go around them. We shouldn't go do a complete orbit again. So let's see here. Let's do that. See, this time it's making sense. We just got out here really far from Minmus, and now we're ready to do the burn. Last time we went around. I must have hit the plus orbit button by mistake. It's the only thing I can think of. Okay. So again, a very tiny burn, so let's reduce our throttle. There we go. Where is our... Oh yeah, that's right, it won't show it to you. So just going to do the burn. Let's get closer. Go to half throttle. I'm going to stop the burn a smidge short. That, get rid of the maneuver. Take a look, I'm at 0.5 degree relative inclination, 4, 3, 2, 0. There we are. Okay, so we got our inclination right. And what I should be able to do is let's just add a maneuver really quickly. Retrograde make it better or worse? I think it just made it worse. Yeah, so prograde's the way to go. So all I'm going to do is point this prograde. And we're not going to look at this. And we're going to come out to here. And we're simply, am I going to drive into that? No, it's over there. Okay. I'm just going to take a look at my intersect distance and make this as small as I can. $59.7 meters. Can't complain about that. Okay, point away from the planet. All right, let's get down there. So 3 hours and 46 minutes away because it takes us so long to go around Minmus. Still 233 meters per second left in the fuel can, so we got the fuel all worked out right. At least there's that. At least that's something. Okay, where's our station? There's our station. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. Okay. All right, and get ourselves closer now. Slow down a bit more. More thrust. Oh, I just pushed us away. Can never do this. Well, that's something. I noticed that my time to my closest approach was going down, and I could not stop it from going down, and that's how I knew I was coming in too quickly and needed more thrust. Now we're good. Okay, let's go to the state. I'm going to put this onto this port. So let's pin that there, and I'm going to do retract these solar panels so that, oh shoot, am I coming in? I'm coming in pretty quick. Let's slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay. Oh, I pushed. Okay, RCS. All right. Control from here. Set that as a target. Spin you around. Where is... Control from here. I don't see the... Oh, for goodness sakes. I'm not seeing that target thing. The little target thing that's supposed to be control from here. I'm definitely pointed in roughly the right way. Back to the... Oh, I think I got the wrong one set as a target. That's why. I definitely do. It's the other way around. Ugh. I think the two cameras are on different orient. There it is. Okay, let's back up. Okay, now it's making sense. I think I have one on free and one on orbital, and I think that change in camera... Again, I'm blaming the camera. Blaming the camera for my mistakes. That way I should be going. More or less going in the right direction. Oh, I can see the prograde icon coming into view. That's always what helps. As long as you have prograde, your target, and this all in a line, you're going the right way. I can tell I need to come downwards, forwards, depending upon your orientation. There we go. We got this. Aim camera. I don't know why I put these communitrons on here when I have communitrons on the little probe, but I did for some reason. There. All right. Almost there. And boink. There we go. Let's quickly turn off the reaction wheels down here. Toggle that torque. And there's probably torque in that too, right? Yeah, toggle the torque. Don't want reaction wheels fighting each other. How are we for fuel? We are still a little short for fuel. Okay, so I got a lot of solar panels. I don't need that many. Let's look at the contract, make sure. Where is it here? Just want to get the contract, see if I'm not missing anything else. Bump, bump, bump. Build a new orbital station around Minmus. House at least 18 Kerbals. It hasn't done that yet either because that one does require the ship. So maybe I factored in that I need the ship and I need 6,000. So I think I just need to bring the Karayan, which is my vessel that is got to carry Kerbals here. Anyway, I have to dock that to this thing. And that will also put me over the, I can inhabit 18 Kerbals, because right now this can't inhabit 18 Kerbals. But it's a station. So what and there's, again, tons and tons of fuel up here. So this should be a nice base of operations. I'm going to bring my Kerbals back. We're going to do some more Minmus exploring, try and get some more science. But looking at the time, I think I'm going to call it for this week. That's all going to have to be for next week. I think we have ourselves a nice base from which to operate from. Hopefully we'll satisfy this contract. But that's all going to have to be for next week. So I hope to see you then. Thank you, everybody. We'll see ya.